Welcome back to You Fantasy Football. Today I'm putting the video under the Cheat Sheet Index logo because I'm trying to promote that site. I just put out the August 30th cheat sheets. If you have a draft tomorrow or Monday or even Tuesday or Wednesday, you can go in that on that site and you'll see all the updated rankings. I counted for suspensions, injuries, collateral injuries, meaning other teammates' injuries, and roster cuts. So everything's updated. It's a little bit rough because I put it out so fast, but it gives you a good overview of the rankings, and I was pretty unbiased when I was compiling it. Okay, I just got a comment from I think it was Fulton Reed 99 saying, basically intimating that one of my videos wasn't precise enough. I think it was the Around the League Good Values Bad Values video, and he said maybe this, probably that, so wasn't that effective. So in this video I'm going to try to give you a little more precise definitions of who I think is good and who I think is bad. Okay, so after running over the cheat sheets last night, looking over the numbers, here's the situation with the quarterbacks. I think you've got 3.5 good quarterbacks, like upper echelon quarterbacks. Those are Brady, Breeze, Romo, and Manning in that order. I have Manning actually down in his own tier. It goes Brady tier 1, Breeze and Romo tier 2, and then Manning tier 4 or tier 3. And significant fallout from 1 to 2 and 2 to 3. Brady I have for 41 touchdowns and 44 or 50 yards with 10 interceptions. And then Romo and Breeze are right there together. I have Breeze with the slight edge due to I have him down for less touchdowns, but I have him down for more yards. And then Manning, I see a lot of problems with Manning. I'm not convinced this injury is we've heard the last from it. It's concerning. He now Jeff Saturday is out. Jeff Saturday is a huge part of that offense, and Peyton, I don't even know the last time he's taken a snap from anyone other than Jeff Saturday. I think it's been like 6 years or something like that. So and then other linemen are having issues. There's injuries, and they're switching people in and out. And I just don't. The Colts they have to go down a peg. Harrison, while he may be 100%, I still think he's lost a step. So I'm glad he's back, and I still have Peyton Manning down for good numbers, but I think he takes a fall. So I have him at number 4. Okay, now moving on to the running backs. Here's what I see. Lynch, I have him down for just about where everybody else does. I did have him higher, but the problem with Lynch is right now there's an offensive lineman very key to the Buffalo Bills attack, Jason Peters. He's holding out. It's a bitter holdout, and it could actually go into the season. It's gone this far. At the very least, if he came back right now, he'd be out of condition. Take him a few games to get adjusted. So I'm downgrading Lynch because of that. Marion Barber, not comfortable taking him. He's not going to be a high yardage guy. He's never been the guy. He's always played the role of being a great, he takes like 40% of the carries and gets all the touchdowns. He's better in that role, and I think he is suited for the running back 1. So I would recommend waiting on him. You can go to Cheat Sheet Index and it'll show you. I think I'm taking him. I think I have him like 8th or 9th overall in running backs. Ronnie Brown I have really, really high, and that's because I looked at his numbers last year. He had awesome numbers. Now I know that Ricky Williams is the starter, but that offense is going to go through both Ricky Williams and Ronnie Brown. So don't think just because that Ricky's the starter that Ronnie Brown's worthless. I actually have Ronnie Brown worth a significant amount more because he's going to get the receptions as well as the rushing yards. So I have Ronnie Brown really high. If you look on the index, you'll see. I think Michael Turner's an awesome value in the 3rd. He's probably at least good for a late or an early 2nd round pick. Gore is being significantly overdrafted for his value. You can get other talent like Brandon Jacobs is very good, and I have him ranked very high as well. And there's just too many players that are equal or near or better than Gore that are being drafted after him. So don't draft. If I had to tell you one piece of advice, it would be don't draft Frank Gore in the first round. He was good his second season, but there's just a lot of problems with the 49ers attack, and there's going to continue to be. He's not worth the risk. He may, he may prove me wrong, but it's it's risky to take him. Chester Taylor is a great value. Today I actually got him in the mid-8th. Tremendous value. Last season, remember, Adrian Peterson played most of the season. Last season, Chester Taylor totaled over 1,100 yards and 7 total touchdowns. That's tremendous value out of the 7th spot. He's being overlooked because he's a backup. Don't overlook him. He can be actually your running back 3, or you could even plug him in for your second running back if you're low and you decide to stock up on, say, quarterback, tight end, and wide receivers before you draft before you get to your second running back. Okay, next we have Jericho Cotchery. I think he's even at round 5, early round 5. I think he's a steal. He's performed tremendously under Chad Pennington, who has no arm. I think Favre's going to be willing to throw it to him. Now, this doesn't mean Favre's going to be great, because Favre's going to get his interceptions with throwing the ball out there. But Cotchery, I think, is going to benefit greatly from having a real quarterback who has an arm, and I think he's going to he's going to get around that 1,200 yards, 7 touchdown mark. I think he's very good value right there in the early 5th. Reggie Wayne's being overdrafted. If you're drafting Reggie Wayne early in the 2nd, you need to reconsider that. I don't think his touchdowns will be. I think I'm taking 3 touchdowns off his last season total, and I'm taking I think it was 100 plus yards off of his yardage total. Like I said, with the problems with Peyton Manning, that's gonna transcend down to Reggie Wayne, and it's gonna leave you with a good wide receiver. I'm not taking anything away from him. He's a great wide receiver, but he's just not going to put up the stats that are going to match that kind of pick. You're going to get value with other receivers. And the last thing I want to mention in this segment is Greg Jennings is being overdrafted. Do not draft Greg Jennings in the 5th round. You got to lower him significantly for Aaron Rodgers. That offense is going to be stuck. It's going to have a hard time going. Similarly, Ryan Grant's going to have a hard time getting going. I've lowered both of those players' values accordingly. I'm going to end this video right here. But I'll come back and I'll wrap things up, and I'll try to get some loose ends taken care of. This is the Fantasy Blogger.